We're already starting to hear some trade rumors out there. Is it ever too early to start making changes?
If you talk to any good GM, it's never too early to start thinking about how can I make this roster better.
Constant thought.
There are some times, though, and I think we've seen this through the years, where there might be a player that's on the roster that, whether there's a coaching change or his approach to the season, maybe it's a contract year and mentally he's not really where he needs to be, that sometimes teams examine that and think, might need to remove this now in order for us to get where we need to go. And that might be some of the reasons why, Kevin, we're hearing some names this early in the season.
Exactly. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. Middleton and Giannis are your small and power forwards. Malcolm Brogdon out there at Bledsoe. And it's Lopez in at the 5, roaming the paint. That one is off. And last season, not the one Brook Lopez wanted to have before heading into free agency.
He just never seemed to find a place with the Lakers and saw his minutes decline as he wasn't in their plans. Averaged a career low in terms of minutes played per game last year. And I think he still's got a lot to offer and should bounce back closer to his all-star level of output.
Take a look at the history of the Portland Trail Blazers, and part of the NBA since 1970, and the phrase Rip City, which has stuck with the team ever since winning that title back in 1977.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction and the obvious result.
Yeah, when you fail to get over the top, more than likely that jumper is going to go down.
Here's Bledsoe. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. Nurkic against Lopez. A 3 from McCollum. Score the basket. His second of 2 attempts. And for the Blazers, a lot of ups and downs with their history.
A lot of wins, but the franchise has been a bit cursed with some major injuries in the last 15 years. You think of guys like Greg Oden, the first pick in the draft, Bill Walton back in the 70s, and the ankle injuries that he had to deal with. That young team felt like they were going to run the West for quite some time, and those injuries really hurt and devastated the fan base in Portland.
Keeps it alive. It's good on the putback.
Well, how about the effort from Aminu there? Something he's known for is crashing the boards, plus improved ability to finish around the rim.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Lopez. Plenty of daylight on that shot. Trailblazers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. It's McCollum on the wing. Floats it up there for Nurkic. Lopez with the steal. And now the fast break. Brogdon with the ball. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Back to Bledsoe. Shoots over Lillard. No good from Bledsoe. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. McCollum finds Aminu. Here's Layman. Antetokounmpo defending. A floater. The shot by Layman, no good. Bucks have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Middleton dishes to Antetokounmpo. Brogdon against McCollum. 6 to shoot. Here's Antetokounmpo, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Antetokounmpo's got his first basket of the night.
He's a hard guy to guard everywhere on the floor, but more than anywhere else, Giannis can get you in the paint. That's where he lives.
Here's McCollum. Aminu. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Basket good.
That's a nice move on the bounce from Giannis, showing that the tools are getting sharper.
Trailblazers trail by 3. Three-pointer, Lillard. The rebound by the Bucks.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Antetokounmpo, no good. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Takes the 13-footer. The shot by Lehman, no good.
And defensively, moving his feet there, staying right on top of the shooter.
Some defenses are okay with giving up the mid-range shot. In this case, they contest it.
Antetokounmpo can't get that one to fall. And for Portland, they're shooting 33% here in the first quarter. No coverage that time. Aminu's got 5 points so far.
That's good focus from the Bosnian Bear, getting down there. Nurkic finding the open man with ease.
Brogdon with it. Now defended by McCollum. It's deflected.
His touch has just been a little bit absent this quarter, and he's missing a ton of shots.
Aminu, and another three for Portland. Bucks trail by 3. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
You know how you want to tell people don't let Giannis get too close? Well, one step past half court, he's too close.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Back to McCollum. 6 on the shot clock. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. He's got 7.
Right now he is locked in. He's getting great shots, and he's burning the D in a variety of ways.
Bledsoe with it. Lillard picks him up for 3. Middleton, and another 3 for Milwaukee.
Tough to contest when a guy that size can get the shot off that quickly. Middleton with a nice quick release.
Here's Lehman, defended by Middleton. From about 16, and the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
Well, the Bucks with the superstar talent in Giannis Antetokounmpo. The critical decision this summer for selecting a new coach came down to a very qualified one in Mike Budenholzer, and with all the options out there, 9 coaching changes, I think that Bud saw the opportunity in Milwaukee as being a great one to push this team a little bit forward. The talent on the roster tantalizing enough for him to head to Milwaukee after his stint in Atlanta.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
And it's Bledsoe. That time on the assist by Antetokounmpo. Bledsoe's got his second basket of the night.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. He dishes it to McCollum. It's over Brogdon. Kept alive. Here's Aminu. Another miss. Boy, they had their chance there, but couldn't get it to go. In the corner, Middleton with it. Passes to Bledsoe. Lopez outside. Pass to Antetokounmpo. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. And Mike Budenholzer, the 2015 Coach of the Year, 4 titles, Brent, as an assistant in San Antonio. How do you like the fit for him now in Milwaukee?
Well, I think that the players are going to really enjoy the attention to detail that Coach Bud and his entire staff who are coming with him will put into place. There's an efficiency with which they'll get the work done, and they're going to have to be thinking on their feet, learning a new offense and some things fundamentally on defense that he'll get them excited about.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Collins checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Reece Harkless comes in for Al-Farouq Aminu. Turner's checked in for Jake Lehman. And it's Seth Curry in for Damian Lillard.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Coach is liking what he's seeing from his offense.
And guys, they've put the defense on the defensive.
Well, Giannis so good in the paint, steps a little bit outside to the mid-range, and has the size and skill to get it done.
The pass to Harkless. They get a hand on it. Curry against Bledsoe. Over Curry. That shot off. Now Portland takes it the other way.
And lots of credit for the team around him. They're picking up the slack here tonight. He just can't buy a bucket right now.
In the corner, Snell with it. No good with the triple. Trailblazers trail by 6. Collins kicks to Curry. Looking to end the drought. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Artful passing on that play, showing a real desire to set up the teammate.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throw of the game right now. Nick Stauskas is checked in for McCollum. The Bucks also with the sub. Henson's checked in.
One shot, gentlemen.
For a long time, the answer always seemed to be LeBron James. But it seems fair to ask now, who is the best single player in the NBA, in your opinion?
LeBron James.
Me too.
Didn't you just say his name?
I
It
thought
was
I
on
did.
my frontal
I was
lobe
thinking
here.
it, and I guess it came out.
And we have so many great superstars, but after last year, his 15th season, LeBron James performing the way that he did, carrying his team back to the finals, there's just no doubt amongst peers, and we get a chance to watch him, Kevin. LeBron James is still the man in the NBA.
Ditto. Bucks leading by 5. It's stolen by Stauskas. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. This break in the game gives us a chance to look at the teams with the most points off turnovers last season. The Bucks second.
And this team, in terms of scoring off of turnovers, that became the identity. I mean, they really look to disrupt and cause problems defensively. And boy, do they take advantage on the other end.
Bledsoe against Curry. The 11-footer. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. And it's a 7-point Bucks lead. Turner looking around. Curry kicks to Harkless. Back to Curry. Just 5 to shoot. There's the dish to Collins. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot, and it goes down 2 points. And so it's Bledsoe with it, bringing it up for Milwaukee. This, of course, the first opportunity to play Portland this season. Here's Snell, and he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right. When
you're playing from behind, you cannot let your opponent have things that are that easy. And that was easy.
Here's Stauskas, guarded by Bledsoe. Hits, count that one from Stauskas.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, he's also crafty with how he approaches it. Right there, he uses just the right move to lay it in.
Back to Henson. And the rejection by Collins.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Here's Harkless. Rebound, Milwaukee. Bledsoe's got 4 rebounds in this game. And Henson kicks to Bledsoe. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Here's Ilyasova. Misses off the left iron. Trailblazers trail by 5. Harkless the pass to Stauskas. Left side Curry. Harkless with it. Guarded by Bledsoe. Now here's Turner. Guarded closer. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. Turner's got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, this is the area that Evan Turner has built his house, the mid-range, finding his way into the paint and scoring the basketball.
Collins grabs the miss.
You can't miss those kind of looks. The defense seems to be a little nonplussed so far in this one, but he flat out missed it.
Pass to Curry. Outside Turner. Passes it to Collins. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Turner.
Poor decision making there. No idea what he's going for with that kind of pass in that situation.
Bucks leading by 3. Now here's Bledsoe. 17 points for him last game against Sacramento.
And his rebounding was solid in that effort as well. He did a lot of work on the glass. All around, just his effort level was off the charts.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Milwaukee Bucks. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. We've got more in store for you right after this. Malcolm Brogdon was the 2016-17 NBA Rookie of the Year. He spoke about Giannis Antetokounmpo and his willingness to listen and learn.
He's going to listen, whether you're giving him advice. Even as a rookie, he was listening, and I would listen to him, but he was actually, if I saw something as a point guard, he would actually listen to me and try it out the next play, and that's special. You don't have many guys at his status that are doing that.
Yeah, that's very rare indeed. Being a sponge early on and Greg soaking up new ways to expand your game is important.
Kevin, no question at all. Plus, the humility. Knowing your teammates can help you grow. Easy to see why they love him in Milwaukee.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And what stands out to you from the Bucks in this one?
I mean, they're winning the turnover battle, and oftentimes that can swing things your way.
Well, they're taking care of the ball. They're attacking on defense, and this has them out to a big lead after one.
On the court for Milwaukee here in the second. Up front you have Ilyasova and Henson. Then there's Bledsoe. Then there's Tony Snell. Shooting guard Tony Snell, Brent, breaking through as a start of the last couple seasons with the Bucks.
Finally got a long-term contract so he can settle into having a long career in this league. And I think last year handled himself well between being a starter, then coming off the bench, and just being asked to get out there and knock down some threes along with playing some solid defense.
And he can't get the first one. So many teams switching the pick and roll, and we can see it defensively, what it does. How are offenses countering that?
I think the offense is what they're doing, Kevin, is being selective as to who it is comes out to set the pick. If I'm Steph Curry or I'm Kyrie Irving, and I know that there's a big defender guarding my 4-man or my 5-man, I'm going to call that screen up to the top of the key and make sure that I can go at the weaker defender that's guarding either one of my players to gain advantage.
Bledsoe against Curry. And here's Leonard from 3. And Henson pulls it down.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
Here's Ilyasova, and sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
Well, Ilyasova rebounding like the ball actually owes him money, just chases and chases until he gets his hands on it.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Had a success rate from the line last year of about 78%.
Brogdon, he's checked in for the Bucks. Ilyasova, no good on the free throw.
Amazingly, the Bucks, one of the slower teams in the league last season in terms of their pace. And when you're talking about a team with tremendous length and athleticism, you'd think that maybe speed would come along with it and that they'd get out and thrive in transition. Not the case last year.
The Bucks making a switch here. Middleton's checked in. Milwaukee on D. They lead by 4. Here's Stauskas. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. And the Bucks, still a top 10 offense last season, got to the line in bunches.
They got to the line, got into the interior, got into the paint, but their outside shooting is still a concern, Kevin. When you're down a lot of points and you need to stretch out the defense to come back in games, it's not something that they could do last year. So maybe looking to pick up a few guys on their roster to help expand the three-point shooting game.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Clock at 6. Stolen by Brogdon. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. Bledsoe for 3. And Curry pulls it down. And here's Curry, who brings it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. 7-point differential. And some nice ball movement here by the Trail Blazers. It's on target from the high post. Curry's got his second basket.
That's an unselfish play. Evan Turner with eyes up and delivers.
Here's Bledsoe. Rebound by the Trail Blazers. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
And this is why depth is so important. You know, next man up, and it's pretty much the philosophy for every good team in our league.
But you're going to have injuries. You're going to have nights where there's foul troubles or the starters just struggle. So you need a strong bench to remain consistent in this league.
Bucks leading by 3. Middleton on the wing. Henson against Leonard. 13 feet away. Misses off the right eye. The Trail Blazers have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Harkless kicks to Turner. Bledsoe outside. Basket number 5 goes in. He's now 5 of 12 from the floor.
Middleton's got such a great wingspan. That comes into play on steals just like that one.
Turner finds Curry. To the middle. He's off on that one. Excellent D there from Bledsoe. So for Milwaukee, their last game, a win against Sacramento. Shots good by Middleton.
Staying confident in the paint. Middleton does a good job sinking that one.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
Eric Bledsoe is accustomed to playing alongside some other great playmakers in Kentucky. He was with John Wall with the Clippers. He was with Chris Paul. In Phoenix, they had 3 guard lineups. So that ought to help out as they continue to get great chemistry. Giannis and Eric Bledsoe could be a devastating duo.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Al-Farouq Aminu. He's checked in for Maurice Harkless. Jake Layman comes in for Turner. A.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Nick Stauskas. And Lillard subbed in for Seth Curry. Well, Eric Bledsoe, as you mentioned, Brent, accustomed to playing on or off the ball.
Well, that helps a little bit with some of the new offensive schemes that Mike Budenholzer is putting into place. He's got that huge wingspan, which he can always bogart a guy defensively. He's a nice fit on the Bucks roster, and he's a good build around that length.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
He's off on the first.
Last season, the Blazers were at a bit of a crossroads, wondering if they should start over and make some major changes. Some rumblings at the trade deadline of maybe one of their diminutive guard positions might have been on the move, but they stayed with the group. Terry Stotts did a remarkable job and made some slight changes to the game plan and got them to the 3rd seed.
He hits the second from the line. With the core of Lillard and McCollum, not easy to break that up.
Well, as bad as the first round might have been for the Blazers last year in terms of getting swept, it's very unique to have that kind of skill in the backcourt and hard to give up on. It's a team that won 13 straight in 2018, so the talent is there. It's just about the pieces and establishing a new chemistry with those pieces that'll be imperative for the Blazers.
Lillard looking around. Good on the 3-point shot. Lillard's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And that's from beyond, guys, right back at you.
Yeah, that's a nice response there, leaving a voicemail in return from the 3-point line. Looks like we're seeing similar game plans right now.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And there's the call, Portland the foul. For Milwaukee, they have hit just 2 free throws in 5 attempts today. That's good from Lopez.
Well, the Bucks, this is a franchise that for a long time just was treading water and chasing after a 7th or an 8th seed on the back end of the Eastern Conference playoffs. Not so much anymore. With Giannis Antetokounmpo leading the charge, the opportunity for the Bucks to do some damage in the playoffs is here.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And there's always pressure when you have a superstar player, Brent. And the Bucks are trying to capitalize on that window right now.
And I think Giannis, even though he's young, understands that great players are judged on how far they can push their teams. What type of postseason success can the Milwaukee Bucks have around what it is that Giannis can bring to the table? He wants to retire in a Bucks uniform. He's said that before, but winning makes that decision a lot easier. And maybe with the coaching change, they'll get there.
Bledsoe against Lillard. Drilled from 11 feet out. Lillard's got 5 points now this quarter.
And Damian doesn't need a lot of time to get a shot off and found some space there.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. Kicks it down to Middleton. Bucks passing it around. Here's Brogdon. Great D that time from Nurkic. Trailblazers trail by 6. Cullen passes to Aminu. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And for a guy who isn't a great jump shooter, Aminu has been very solid at the line, really, for most of his career.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
An 89% free throw shooter puts him right there among the league's best from the line.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
First one falls for him. The last season, a strong one for the Portland Trail Blazers, actually came out on top of the Northwest Division.
Yep, snuck all the way up to that 3rd seed with the tight grouping in the Western Conference, and 4 teams in the division made the playoffs last year. 5 were in the race. Certainly was one of the toughest divisions in the league, and the Blazers ended up on top.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Down low. Here's Brogdon. Rebounded by McCollum. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trail Blazers, trailing by 5. Here's Antetokounmpo, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on Al-Farouq Aminu.
I wonder if Antetokounmpo is Greek for lightning, because that's what he did there on the penetration.
And from everything you hear about Giannis Antetokounmpo, he keeps a laser focus. Basketball and his family are his sole preoccupations.
That's good from Antetokounmpo. And some have even compared Giannis to Kobe Bryant for his single-minded dedication, Greg, to improvement.
Yeah, you know, something of an introvert. Not a guy you'll find out on the town or schmoozing with other stars. He's content to save outside pursuits for after his playing days are done.
He's perfect from the line this time.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Shoots from 12, and the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
Even though McCollum's a little bit thin, he doesn't mind taking the contact and moving away from it before scoring.
McCollum, one of the best shooters in the NBA. Any range, Brent, any shot, he can knock it down.
Yeah, a little bit of a down year in 18 for Lillard, but the way that he can score and the efficiency with which he can score is just remarkable. I really like to watch the pace he plays with, Kevin. I mean, he finds spots on the floor to get to and has that length and kind of never sped up sort of mentality on the offensive end. Becomes very, very dangerous.
Free throw good. McCollum.
And a little strange for such an exceptional outside shooter. McCollum has been just okay at the free throw line in his young career. That will improve.
And it's Bledsoe off the drive, and that one drops for him.
And that's just a great individual play right through the teeth of the defense.
Eric Bledsoe, at one point, Brent, maybe the best defender in the league at the point guard position. Multiple knee surgeries later. Where do you think he stands now?
I think there's been some regression from what he could do athletically, Kevin. So now you have to start to rely on your skill. His offensive game has grown a little bit, and he's around a superstar. That should make it easier to set up some opportunities where he could be more consistent offensively, especially shooting the basketball.
The free throw drops for Bledsoe.
And Bledsoe, man, such a good, efficient combo guard. He can score, he can pass, he can rebound. What a tough cover.
Lillard misses.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession. Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Lets it go from deep. Rebound, Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Bledsoe. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Malcolm Brogdon, a second-round pick. He won the Rookie of the Year in 2017. And maybe we shouldn't have been surprised at all. In Virginia, he was the ACC Player of the Year and the ACC Defensive Player of the Year. Solid foundation coming into the league.
And he knocks down the first one. Well, Brogdon, only the 4th player in NBA history, Brent, to shoot over 40% from long range in his first season in the league.
Well, he adapted pretty quickly to the step back and longer distance of the NBA three-point line. He was also smart enough to be selective with it. Had a tremendous year.
And so he hits both. Did you ever think, Brent, that we'd see this many players, 6'10", 6'11", 7-footers, handling the ball and shooting like we're seeing them shoot from that kind of distance?
I'm hopeful for it. I've been hopeful for it, and it doesn't surprise me about what the league is. This is a very select group of people that have the right combination of DNA and genetics, and the fact that these guys are more and more capable with their skill set. Not a surprise to me, Kevin.
So fun to watch, too. My goodness. Well, for the Bucks in 2017, Brent, disagreement over front office candidates, a divided leadership structure. If you're on that roster, how much of those kinds of things concern you?
I don't think the players are worried about that at all, because what you have now is a new voice in the locker room. You're going to have to learn a lot of new language, new offense, new defense. And that's enough to make you think just about basketball and not the business of basketball, Kevin.
Bledsoe against Lillard. Brogdon kicks to Antetokounmpo. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And Brent, you look at Giannis Antetokounmpo's slashing game, standing maybe a hair under 7 foot tall. How do you even put it into words?
Well, it's hard to imagine a more perfect frame for today's game in terms of getting in transition, having a versatile offensive game, putting it down, getting to the rack. But the one thing that we're anxious to see is whether or not Giannis will develop the type of range from the three-point line that makes it respectable. Other than that, he's pretty much unstoppable.
And the first one drops.
And didn't have a single free throw in that first quarter, but he started to play with a little bit more of an edge to his game here in the second.
And he can't hit the second. The Milwaukee Bucks looking to move the needle with their new head coaching hire. If you're in that role, Brent, what changes do you make?
Well, I think the team just needs to find a little bit better cohesion on the defensive end. They tried a lot of things schematically last year that I don't think they were as connected as they needed to be there. And as far as personnel goes, they're really lacking some consistency from outside on the perimeter, their perimeter shooting. I know Tony Snell had a decent year, but there's not a lot of three-point attack from the Milwaukee Bucks. It makes it tough for them to score.
Brogdon finds Middleton. Bledsoe for three. Aminu grabs the miss. Aminu's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
I think what I'd like to see from him in this quarter is getting going from the perimeter. Hit a 3 in the first, nothing in the second.
Antetokounmpo passes to Bledsoe. Good work defensively by Lillard.
Wow, just in shock that he missed that layup. Not a lot of defense there.
Pass to McCollum. Shoots over Brogdon. And too long on the shot.
I still love the shot selection. The defense wasn't really a factor. You need to be more aggressive guarding the mid-range. It's pretty simple. I figured it out. He can't miss. Adding to the lead with ease and capitalizing on every opportunity. He can't miss.
A 3 from McCollum. Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. Antetokounmpo's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Brogdon. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Aminu's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Nurkic kicks to Lillard.
Yeah, looking up at the scoreboard, guys, that's his 3rd foul, and his coach has to consider now sitting him down. Well, Damian Lillard, a star in this league for several years now. Whether that's recognized by an all-star appearance or not, it doesn't matter. He has been elite at the point guard position.
Shooting 2.
Just a dynamic scorer and one of the more lethal players in the NBA, hoping to push Portland further and further at some point in his career.
Free throw good. Damian Lillard. And with Lillard, he often can be forgotten about just because there are so many great guards in the NBA, Brent, in particular in the West.
Well, let's face it, he just missed out on a couple of seasons of representing the Portland Trailblazers as a guard in the Western Conference because of the loaded Western Conference and how good the guards are. But regardless, there's no denying that Lillard is right up there as one of the elites in the league.
Last season, Damian Lillard continuing to put up big numbers. Took a while for him to find his groove, but he eventually got there.
Yeah, a lot of chatter last year about Lillard switching up his diet, going vegan for a little while, and then he switched back. Said he was losing a little bit too much in terms of his total body weight and felt like he needed to get some of that strength back.
I'm not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
Brogdon finds Antetokounmpo. And another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field.
It's a huge night for Giannis Antetokounmpo at the offensive end of the floor. That length and athleticism just proving to be too much for any defensive scheme.
Here's McCollum. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. McCollum's got 14 points. Bucks leading by 11. Brogdon with it. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Antetokounmpo passes to Lopez. Over Collins. Lopez, no luck.
Now, shots like that drive coaches batty. I'll be shocked if he attempts that shot again.
And there's the call on Malcolm Brogdon. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. Harkless is checked in for Portland. The Bucks also with the sub. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Lopez. And he sinks the second. Milwaukee leading by 10. Brogdon kicks to Ilyasova. with some arc, and he lays it up and in. Ilyasova's got his second basket of the night.
Easy to forget that Ilyasova can handle his business down there on the block, but he's much more of a spot-up guy.
Collins dishes to McCollum. Here's the floater, and the layup is up and in. He's got 16.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
Brogdon finds Snell. Outside, Antetokounmpo. And that one, good. Antetokounmpo's got 19 points.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies. And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And there's the pass to Brogdon. Lets it go from the wing. And again, it's Milwaukee converting.
Well, everything in sync right now for Brogdon. Nice base, good timing, good release.
And Lillard kicks to Collins. Dishes it to McCollum. No good with the triple. Bucks leading by 14. And that one's good, Brogdon. Brogdon's got 4 points in the quarter.
Brogdon going up with a purpose now here on the interior.
Really left alone that time. 6 seconds left to play here in the half. Here's Antetokounmpo.
You saw that. Oh, I would love to see Giannis in the dunk contest. Wouldn't that be sweet, Kevin?
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. The Bucks on top, up by 16. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Chris, you guys were able to get the lead. What was the key to getting all those open shots?
It was just getting stops, getting rebounding, getting out and pushing, finding lanes, finding open guys.
And you made the most of it, Chris. Thanks a lot. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks. Welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal at 2K Sports. Let's talk first half. It was a big-time first quarter for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 21 points, 5 assists, and 1 block. Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks' first half?
You know the Greek Freak. Every year, he seems to take a step forward. The shot looks better, his body is filled out, and he can bang inside whenever he wants to. But what really impressed me in the first half was his leadership. And he controlled the game, and he controlled his teammates.
Looking at Portland, Shaq, your thoughts?
Way too soft in the paint defensively. They were all late on their rotations. Obviously, that's a recipe for getting cooked. And you know I like eating that barbecue chicken. They got to do better, Ernie.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
Welcome back to Portland, a fine-looking day in this terrific-looking city. We begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. You look at Antetokounmpo in this one. He's been everywhere.
And I love the game plan in that first half. They really valued each possession.
Efficient so far with the shots that he's taken. His contributions have been fantastic.
Lillard and McCollum, the deadly backcourt pairing. Layman is out there with Aminu, and it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with. Inside, Middleton. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. 17 points for Chris Middleton.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Rebound, Milwaukee. Middleton outside for 3, Bledsoe, and another 3 for Milwaukee.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought without any individual agenda.
Well, few have more job security in the NBA than Terry Stotts. Consistently gets a ton out of his Portland Trail Blazer team. They run a very intricate and unique offense. Now in his 7th year with the Blazers, they've had a lot of success under Coach Stotts.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic. And with Terry Stotts last year, there were some rumblings about his job after the sweep.
Might have been a bit of a knee-jerk reaction. Remember, Portland slid into that 3rd seed with how close it was in the Western Conference, and that might have added a bit more pressure. But Portland does not have a lot of flexibility with their roster. Somehow Terry Stotts gets to 50 wins in any given year. So it might have been a poor decision, and they saw through that, and he's back for this season.
And the first one at the line is good.
It's interesting, as Giannis has grown in this league, the Greek Freak we know is so versatile, just competing to be one of the best players in the business.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2.
And Nurkic, one of those guys who you notice for many minutes of the game if he's engaged, and then you couldn't tell if he played 12 to 15 minutes if he's not active enough. So still looking to develop him both on offense and trying to make him a little bit more consistent on defense. The coaching staff has that task at hand, and Nurkic has a big hand in that.
That's tipped. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. No good on the 3. And so it's Bledsoe with it, bringing it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Pass to Brogdon. Right side, Antetokounmpo, and good that time. Antetokounmpo's got 24 points. And with Nurkic at times, he can look like a star, but it's not easy for him to sustain it.
Well, all centers need to find some time to get some consistency. Heck, any player does, Kevin. But when Nurkic is focused, there are some things out there that he does that are quite impactful for this Portland offense. It's so guard heavy that to have something on the interior takes a lot of weight off their all-star guards.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
And one thing they'll discuss are their defensive rotations. The other is in the matchups.
We're seeing very little help defense on the inside, and even when there is help, it's been ineffective.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Turner's checked in.
And taking a look at some numbers for C.J. McCollum. A very nice season for him last year. Averaged 21 points a game. 3 assists and 4 rebounds. Just solid all-around performances we've been seeing from him, delivering night in and night out.
And I like it when stars do exactly that. It's not just about scoring 50 or 40 or 30. It's about making plays consistently.
Here's Aminu. The shot off that time. The Bucks go the other way with it. Passes it to Bledsoe. Nurkic with the steal. Bledsoe against Lillard. No one near him. Rebound, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
No doubt disappointed with that one. He'd love to have that one back.
Yeah, I'd put that play on repeat. The setup was perfect. Just need a better result next time.
That one good for 2.
Well, you got to recognize how dangerous a scorer this young player is. McCollum gets in rhythm and stays there.
Antetokounmpo finds Brogdon, and he dunks it down.
And he just elevates and powers in the one-hander.
Textbook. Trailblazers trail by 17. Lillard from outside gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Antetokounmpo passes to Middleton. That one misses. And the Trailblazers going the other way. And Turner kicks to McCollum. That ball. Nice feed that time from Turner. 25 points for C.J. McCollum.
Yeah, and that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
And the layup's good off the glass. 26 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I like how Giannis is inviting a little bit more contact and no longer shying away from it.
Pass to Nurkic. Lillard against Bledsoe. Launches a three. That's in, and the Milwaukee lead is cut down to just 10 points with the bucket from Lillard.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Bledsoe. Back to Antetokounmpo. Shot clock at 6. From past the arc. No good from Bledsoe. Portland's gotten 12 of their points from long range in the third quarter, going 4 of 5 shooting. And finished off by Nurkic.
CJ, such an effective two-guard, not just a shooter and a great shooter at that, but a capable passer when his teammates are open.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
Well, CJ, one of those exemplary players that stayed all 4 years at Lehigh and came into the league very, very polished and very ready for everything that the league was going to throw at him. Not just the defenses on the court, but the NBA lifestyle in general. And he learned to be a great leader here in Portland alongside Damian Lillard.
Myers Leonard, he's checked in for Portland. Seth Curry comes in for Lillard. The shot by Bledsoe, nobody around. And a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. And the action on hold as it appears there's been an injury. Yep, he's definitely in a bad way out there right now. Tough to see.
And that's the one thing you just really can't control or even guard against, and that's injury.
Yep, you can do all the stretching and all the strength training, eat right, train right, but at the end of the day, it's pretty random.
Ilyasova, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. McCollum feeling it out a bit. Inside, stolen by Henson. Brogdon with it, now defended by McCollum. 2 points, that one goes. And for McCollum, rare does someone who stayed all 4 years end up being such a star at the NBA level.
Well, McCollum's done just such a great job of improving his game even after coming into the league so polished. And how fortunate for Portland in the wake of losing one of their all-time greats in LaMarcus Aldridge to fill some of that scoring gap with a talented player like C.J. McCollum.
Curry against Bledsoe. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Well, let's take a look at last year's top scorers. 4th, Damian Lillard. And, of course, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And what an option either of those two guys give you. They're both excellent safety valves when an offense is struggling.
Oh, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. Harkless is checked in for the Trailblazers. Stauskas comes in for McCollum. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for the Portland Trailblazers. It's a 13-point game. Here's Stauskas, defended by Henson. Leonard against Ilyasova. Out to Turner. Shot clock at 2. Off target from 3-point range. And Antetokounmpo with the basket on the assist by Ilyasova. Antetokounmpo's got 28.
He's torching the D right now, hitting a high percentage of all the shots he's let fly.
Now the pass to Harkless. Here's Curry. The Trailblazers keeping it alive. New 24. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Good quick hands from Antetokounmpo there, reacting well on defense and swiping that one away.
Curry passes to Stauskas. Curry deciding where to go with it. Just 5 on the clock. No good from 11 feet. Here's Milwaukee now. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. And he comes up with the deuce. That's now 32 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
This guy is just shredding the defense right now. He's hitting any shots he's putting up.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And here is Harkless. 7 points in the game. With the floater, it's good. Harkless has got 9. Milwaukee leading by 17. Bledsoe finds Antetokounmpo. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got his 4th assist in this one.
He keeps finding great shots out there, and the opportunities are turning up roses.
Pass to Curry. Now Harkless. Guarded by Bledsoe. Back to Curry. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And let's take a look at Giannis Antetokounmpo's numbers. He's coming off an excellent season. 5th in scoring, 9th in blocks, and he did his share on the glass, battled his way into the top 15 in rebounds per game.
And clearly one of the dominant scorers we have in this league. His top 5 ranking last year puts him right there in the ranks of the elite. The first one falls. Zach Collins checked in for Turner. Tony Snell's checked in for Milwaukee. And both free throws good for Curry. Bucks leading by 17. Outside for Bledsoe. And the foul called on Myers Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Bledsoe. He's got 24. Good on the 3-point shot. Bledsoe's got 27 points.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Passes it to Stauskas. Back to Curry. Over in the corner, Harkless. 5 to shoot. Milwaukee with the rebound. Here's Snell. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Harkless kicks to Collins. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Yeah, Zach Collins, the Gonzaga product, one that the Blazers moved up in the draft to acquire because they just felt he would be optimal in this kind of offense, especially playing alongside dynamic guards. And they brought him along slowly last year, and towards the end of the season showed great potential.
And the first one drops. And with most players his size, it'll take some time. This team knows to be patient with Collins.
Yeah, 7-footer with the ability to shoot the ball. He's got to have some confidence in his role, which last year came along very slowly. The one thing that I've seen from Zach Collins, though, in his rookie campaign is he's not afraid of anything. Great moments in the playoffs and stepped up to compete.
Bucks leading by 18. Bledsoe kicks to Ilyasova. Here's Lopez. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist. Lopez has got 10 points in the game.
Whatever drawbacks Lopez may have, scoring in the post isn't one of them. He is a nightmare for opposing defenses to deal with down low.
Time now for an injury report. Let's check in with David Aldridge for an injury update on Chris Middleton. David?
Hey, Kevin, I spoke with the head athletic trainer for the Bucks. Unfortunately, it does not look good at all. The season is still very young, but that is bad news to get at any point of the year. We'll see how the team responds without him, Kevin.
Appreciate that, DA. Well, it's never easy for a player to go through what he's experiencing, Greg, right now.
But it is something that happens to almost every player. He's strong enough mentally to get through it. This we know.
Yeah, sometimes off the court, you work harder than you do preparing for a regular game. He'll get himself ready to go. Look forward to when he gets back on the court.
Here's Stauskas. He's got 6. Harkless kicks to Curry. Pass to Collins. Now Harkless. Fires it up. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. DiVincenzo. Rebound by Stauskas. Trailblazers trail by 18. Leonard on the wing. Over Ilyasova. And he overshot that one, missing.
I like the defensive effort. They did a good job altering the mid-range shot and then making the shooter feel a bit uneasy.
Curry against Bledsoe. DiVincenzo connects from 3-point range. And the Bucks lead by 21. And so it's Milwaukee sitting on a 21-point lead to end the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And don't go away. We'll be right back. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Now the passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
Welcome back. 4th quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. And so it's Bledsoe with it, bringing it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. On the court for the Bucks, we've got Ilyasova. He's out there with Tony Snell. Brook Lopez is out there with Bledsoe. Here's Snell, defended by Harkless. And Lopez gets it to go. Lopez has got the 4th quarter started here with a bucket for the Bucks. Now Lillard kicks it to Harkless. Adam Silver has said there's probably more basketball being watched and played, Brent, in China than anywhere else in the world. How long before you think we see our next Chinese superstar in this league?
That's going to be interesting when that does happen. Obviously, the type of mark that Yao Ming made in the NBA, it's going to be hard for anybody to match the kind of impact, not just in the game, but what he did globally for the NBA. It just won't happen again. But I'm looking forward to, heck, not just the next Chinese player, but a Japanese player, somebody from India where they love the NBA game, to start to find their way onto rosters in the league.
They're coming. I mean, there's going to be someone before long.
No doubt.
So for the Trailblazers, Layman, he's checked in for Maurice Harkless. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Nick Stauskas. Good on the second free throw. And for Portland, they're shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that. Here's McCollum. Here's Aminu. Milwaukee with the rebound. Bledsoe's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Malcolm Brogdon's checked in for the Bucks. A little over a minute of the 4th quarter gone right now. Here's Snell. And Damian Lillard pulls it down.
Like the tactics on defense there, refusing to give the shooter the easy layup at the rim.
McCollum trying to get open, and there's Lillard on the assist by Aminu.
And we could be having one of those nights where he becomes the one-man show for his ball club. You just don't need to tell him to keep scoring. He'll do it.
Back to Brogdon. You look around the NBA, amazing players, global interest, franchise values are going through the roof. Do you feel like the league is entering a golden age if it's not already in a golden age?
I think it is, Kevin, at least offensively. What we've seen over the last 5 years with the adoption of most of the teams of the three-point shot, it's been some of the greatest offensive basketball the league has ever seen. And this idea that the evolution of the game stopped when it is at number 23 retired is kind of silly. I love where the game is at. I love where it's going. And I'm excited to be here tonight to watch this action with you.
Which number 23? We've got 2 pretty prominent number 23s in the history of this game.
I was thinking the
most
one
recent
I played
23?
against. Yeah,
oh,
that
that
guy.
23.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah. And Portland making a change here. Nurkic is checked in, and there's the foul. It goes on Ilyasova. That is his first foul of the game. And they call an illegal screen here.
Much better job of just taking care of the basketball, really putting the onus on the defense.
Bucks leading by 22. Lopez right side. To the inside. Nurkic with the steal. McCollum passes to Layman. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That's on Brook Lopez.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Certain guys can play within themselves and still dominate. You played along one of the best that you saw up close in Tim Duncan.
One of the things I think about with Tim is how many numbers he left on the board, Kevin. The way that Coach Popovich played him, minimal minutes, touches when needed most, where Tim usually came through, but how much more dominant he truly could have been.
And he didn't care about numbers, did he?
Not at all. He cared about one number, and that's putting W's on the board. But how many more things Tim Duncan would have led categorically in the history of the NBA at the power forward position, but overall, the numbers would have been staggering.
And so he hits both. Bucks leading by 20. The pass to Brogdon. He kicks it to Lopez. The Bucks working the ball around. DiVincenzo covered by Lillard. The putback, great positioning on the putback.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Lets the 3 fly. The rebound by the Bucks. Lopez has got 7 rebounds in the game. To the paint. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Lillard finds McCollum. Well, there's a lot of talk, too, Brent, about the age requirement for entering the draft, and Commissioner Silver has said it's a clear change that's probably on the way. What do you think the league should do?
Can you and I talk about a guy that you know quite well who in 1995 came out as the
17-year-old? I know
in
it.
the NBA draft? Kevin Garnett came into the league and handled himself extremely well. Now, for every one of those stories, we know there were other ones where guys did not make much of their NBA careers.
But then here comes the G League.
The G League, to me, is the huge key.
That's the equalizer.
A lot
isn't
of these guys have a ripcord now for some of those things that transpired over the course of the last 30 years, where they can have a softer landing point to continue to develop, to continue to mature, and have an opportunity to make something of their NBA career.
Excellent explanation. Milwaukee making a switch here. Antetokounmpo's checked in. Both shots good from the stripe. Bucks leading by 22. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
A little quickness from Antetokounmpo there, blows right past the D.
And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. Pass to McCollum. Shoots over Brogdon. Rebound, Milwaukee. DiVincenzo, covered by Lillard. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Game is so wide open now, Brent. Such a great pace. Does that put more strain on bigger players physically?
I think it's putting strain on everybody. I think last year we saw
regardless of size.
Yeah, injuries to every position, the key guys at every position. I think that some of the physical motions that players have to perform in games, because they're covering more ground and in susceptible positions, it's happening to everybody. The issue with the big guys, Kevin, is they're not playing. Less of them are getting more important time on the floor, so it's a strain on everybody.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Baldwin, he's checked in for C.J. McCollum, and it's Turner in for Damian Lillard. The Bucks also changing it up. Henson's checked in for Lopez. Brown comes in for Ilyasova. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Brogdon. So he gets them both. Here's Baldwin. Shoots a 3. The shot, no good. And Milwaukee the other way now. Antetokounmpo dishes to Dellavedova. Back to Antetokounmpo. Here's Baldwin. On the wing, Turner. Shoots over Brown. Good on the 13-footer.
This is where Evan Turner's ability to put the ball on the floor and dribble and navigate traffic shows up most.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Portland's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Baldwin kicks to Turner. And that one is good.
Turner does a good job of just winding his way and burrowing to the rim. And a good job finishing down low.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. That's on Al-Farouq Aminu. Around the world, Brent, we've seen the NBA take a role in helping youngsters learn to play the game of basketball the right way.
So incredible what Basketball Without Borders has done
shots.
with the NBA junior program expanding itself. Last year in Treviso, for the first time, the NBA doing a combine for EuroLeague players so they can start a database of the older professional, younger professional players playing overseas. It's a global game. Adam Silver is doing a remarkable job of promoting the game, and we're in a great place, Kevin.
Seth Curry, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. The Bucks also changing it up. Brook Lopez is checked in for John Henson. Malcolm Brogdon comes in for Brown. And Eric Bledsoe subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. Good on the second free throw. Trailblazers have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Here's Aminu. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Better balance, better follow through on the jumper. I like the direction Aminu's shot is headed.
Here's Bledsoe, and Bledsoe with the stuff.
And that's such solid, fundamental basketball on display right there, guys.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up the dunk.
Well, that's a play that only works by practicing over and over and having a great rhythm with your teammate. You could see the timing there.
Myers-Leonard, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. And Milwaukee with a change here, too.
One shot.
Connaughton's checked in. The free throw drops for Eric Bledsoe. They are now showing NBA games in virtual reality. You and I have actually seen some examples of that. They can recreate almost any angle. Have you gotten a headset?
I haven't gotten a headset, Kevin, but I have watched it. You and I have talked about it several times.
Many times.
It's an amazing experience, and it will only get better. But I really think about if I was a kid growing up in Germany or Italy, and I had an opportunity to pull on a pair of goggles and to watch the game's greatest players from a seat at half court or the cameras that they set up underneath the goal at either end. What a fantastic way to be enveloped by the NBA game.
It's a cool view.
It's a very cool view, and it's only going to get better.
Yeah.
That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but possible, like you said. And a great second look there. Another Unleash Chaos replay. Brought to you by the Under Armour Hover Havoc. From 12 feet out, and Nurkic gets it to go.
And Nurkic testing his luck from the mid-range.
And it's Bledsoe with the ball for the Bucks. Antetokounmpo. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Curry against Brogdon. Here's Nurkic. And that one is off. Good D by Lopez.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Trailblazers have gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the 4th. Stolen by Brogdon. Oh, and here we go. Antetokounmpo. Nobody back.
6'10" wingspan of Brogdon. That's a big, big help, especially when he's going after some of those steals.
Portland's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Here's Layman. Good D by Lopez.
It is so tough to make those kind of shots with the defense draped all over you.
Back to Bledsoe. Shoots over Turner. No good from Bledsoe. Trailblazers shooting 40% in the 4th. Curry kicks to Nurkic. Back to Curry. And he converts the layup.
And that's about as easy as it gets. Not many guys are going to blow wide open layups at the professional level like that.
It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Back to Bledsoe. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Antetokounmpo's got assist number 8 here in this one already. The Trailblazers have gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the 4th. That's about 43%. And Turner kicks to Curry. Passes to Layman. Back to Curry. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Shot clock at 6. Here's Layman. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Bucks shooting 61% from the field, showing some marvelous touch out there. To the middle. And the dunk by Lopez.
Coaching staff has to like that ball movement, and it began with Bledsoe.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Now, here's Nurkic. Here's Curry. Got it. Good job in the low post. Bledsoe with it. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Pass to Connaughton. Nurkic against Lopez. Great D that time from Nurkic. To the inside. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim unabated in stride.
Well, Brent, we're seeing the Hack-a-Shack targets improve their free throw shooting. Rules changes might curb the strategy, though, going forward.
Well, it's been nice to see that NBA players have worked on a weakness of theirs, free throw shooting in particular, to be better and be somebody who can stay on the floor to impact your team's winning. We saw that last year, Andre Drummond being a prime example. The other thing, Kevin, that we've seen too is coaches having to implement strategies, not just to do the hacking, but in terms of their substitutions and who's on the floor. So interesting thought processes from both ends, but mostly go shoot some free throws, guys.
Yeah, practice.
Practice.
Brogdon against Curry. Here's the teardrop. And no problem from Brogdon as he finishes at the rim.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Bucks.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
They looked aggressive on the offensive end, and that compounded into lots of great opportunities that he capitalized on.
There's 45 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And here's Stauskas from the arc. Doesn't get it to drop for him. The Bucks go the other way with it. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And saving their best for last. Tremendous run here to seal the win.
And you could just see everything coming together like a perfect storm, and they just rolled on through.
No one near Curry as he lets it go. Off the left rim and out. And they can just let the clock run out here.
Cannot argue with the W.
And here is Brogdon. And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need...
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.